I realized that it's something that I need to do for my community. I
Right.
need to do because I know how good the food is and I need to showcase this to the world.
I started at 22, you started at 23, and I was the first woman in India to enter the nuts industry. It's just about the passion. Did you ever doubt yourself in the kitchen?
Honestly, the kitchen it's always been a space which has been really hectic and loud and
Yeah.
with like full of masculine energy. In the beginning, when I entered this space, I knew I loved it, but they didn't believe that I was going to be a chef.
We were in conversation with Anahita Dhondi, who is a chef and author and an OG in her own space.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed a lot of berry palaus.
Yeah, I know. So Soda Bottle Openwala was a place. It was an OG place. You know, it was the first Parsi restaurant
Totally
that kind
was.
of was in Delhi NCR. And for me, that was very, very important because I realized that it's something that I need to do for my community. I
Right.
need to do because I know how good the food is and I need to showcase this to the world. So that is how it started. And I loved every single minute of creating that brand, working in the kitchen, expanding it. We were in 9 different outlets all over the country and writing my cookbook, The Parsi Kitchen. So I feel really proud that I can showcase my food in such a beautiful way.
That's amazing, and I can totally relate. I started at 22, you started at 23, and I was the first woman in India to enter the nuts industry. And I think you can relate to that as well, that it's not about being the first, but it's just about the passion, right?
Yes.
It never struck me that...
And I also feel like there have been women who
Yeah.
paved the path for us. It could be our
Correct.
mothers, our grandmothers. So many of them have fought so many battles so that we're here today.
Absolutely. I never thought that I'm a woman in a male-dominated space. Did you ever doubt yourself in the kitchen? Because the kitchen is a very male-dominated space.
I will say that, honestly, the kitchen it's always been a space which has been really hectic and loud and with like full of masculine energy.
Absolutely.
So for me, in the beginning, and anyone actually, it can be very overwhelming.
Right.
Because you don't expect that space to be so, hyper and so hot, actually really, really hot. So in the beginning, when I entered this space, I knew I loved it. There was a lot of passion, but at the same time, there were things that I wanted to change. And as a woman, I think that's when, I got those changes done in my own kitchen. Because in the beginning, they didn't believe that I was going to be a chef. Literally saw me and they were like, oh, you know what? She's come to do some marketing or she's come to be a part of the front of the house. And I was like, no, listen, I'm here to be a chef. So I felt, and I'm sure you must have felt it too, that throughout the journey, I have felt like I had to prove at every single step. I had to kind of prove to them that, okay, I'm a woman, but I'm an equal here. Don't get me wrong, that just because I'm a girl, I'm getting any special priorities or I'm not getting to do the work that you're doing. I'm doing the same job like you're doing. And that's where I actually got a lot of respect. And I realized that is most important in your profession, any profession actually.
Yeah.
You just have to prove yourself and there should be no comparison between man and woman because you're ultimately doing the same job.
Exactly. It's about the skill, right? And I felt the same way. And I feel now when I reflect back at my journey that I actually could have been more confident and believed in myself even more, even though I really believe in myself. But when I reflect on my journey, I feel like that belief could have been much more. Today when we've achieved the success and when people from the outside are saying, oh, Nutty Fritties is the leading brand, category creator, this, that, I feel, oh yeah, actually I've done something right.
Of course, and that's because of your passion, because of your dedication. And I also feel like you have, chased those demons away. You've created a path for so many other people in your own business. So you have fought those battles as well.
You've been such an incredible role model to people in the kitchen. What do you do to fuel your hunger on a daily basis?
A lot of things. I would say that you have to be hungry, you have to be foolish, you have to be someone who's extremely passionate, especially someone in the food space. You have to live, eat, breathe food. You have to constantly be thinking about your next meal, next ingredient. It could be travel, it could be something that inspires you. I've been at home for the last couple of months. My baby's kept me super busy. But whenever I get those couple of minutes, even if I'm on my phone scrolling, there'll always be recipes. If I'm, flipping through a book, there'll always be somewhere that I'll be inspired to try something.
Right.
So I feel you have to be, like you said, what fuels your hunger? You have to be extremely curious and you have to be someone who's always tinkering with your thoughts. I have a notebook. I actually have a couple of notebooks next to my bed, and there'll be random thoughts like, which will come to my mind, and I'll just like write it. Now I'll be like, hey Siri, can you put this down? And she'll be like, oh, unlock your phone first. I'll be like, no, but write this down, before I forget it. So, it could just be a quote. It could just be a memory. I just feel food overall in general just has so much, to offer with memories and nostalgia and flavor. Correct. So all of this like fuels my hunger, and it pushes me to do better and keep learning. I think I'm sure you do the same thing. That you've got to keep pushing yourself and being hungry and learning every single day, and that's how you can be better.
Yes. And it seems like you have just scratched the surface, right?
Absolutely. I always say that I'm writing my second book, and I always feel like, and that is pretty much part of my introduction, saying that this is just the beginning. I'm just scratching the surface here because there's so much to explore. Like even in your field, with the kind of things that you can do with nuts, I mean, Absolutely. It's a whole world.
It is. And that's what keeps me going as well. And it sounds like, you got inspired by your mother, and then you got fueled by the food around you and how it brings people together, the recipes that she created. And it's amazing that you knew at the age of 13 that this is what you wanted to do. I always say that when you have clarity, then the universe supports
really
you.
Helps you, absolutely.
And, it just reflects in your environment.
I think it's just a manifestation in some way because you're saying it so much.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I'm going to be a chef when I grow up. I'm going to, so when you kind of say that repeatedly, you're kind of putting it out there.
It's effortless. Do you feel like it's effortless for you when you also reflect back? Because it's happening.
I don't think it's effortless. I think it's a lot of hard work. When I look back at a couple of days in my life, I'm like completely broken down, and I feel like, there were days that I wanted to give up. They were hard, really, really hard. And I remember, probably getting into the bathroom, crying and being like, I can't deal with this. I can't work on this. I need some support. I need to get out of this kitchen, which can be very hard and depressing and long working hours, especially in the beginning. I remember going home at like 1 a.m. So my parents used to come and pick me up because they didn't think it was safe at night. So I feel like, I don't think any journey is smooth. There are going to be bumps on the way, but you're going to learn from them. You're going to be determined to do better.
Right.
And that's where we are today.
That's amazing. And what kept you going when, you were down and out? How did you pick yourself up?
I think it was always family and friends. I think it was always being honest and truthful to yourself.
Authenticity, relationships, clarity,
most important.
Vision, purpose.
I think all of those words are really important, and it comes to people at different times of their lives. Like, you're not going to get everything in one go. Like at 16, you won't have that purpose. Maybe that purpose comes to you at 25, which is when I actually started working with millets and grains, and I realized that, okay, food, yes, I want to cook good food, but I also want to do something that's good for the planet, and I want to get back to my roots where I want to discover ingredients. So I feel like at every stage of your life, you will want to keep improving yourself, and that will reflect in your work.
Right. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
So, that's quite a journey. Starting from inspiration to self-improvement, curiosity to creation, taking India to the world.
Absolutely. That is the plan. You're doing that, I'm doing that. I think, it's just such a great moment to be in India where you're promoting Make in India. You're talking about the amazing things that are happening in India. And honestly, people are looking at India and what they're doing
100%.
Because they're getting inspired by all of us. So
absolutely
great space to be in.
I work with people and we source nuts from all over the world, and there are these boards and they are always asking us that what do we do next, what do we do next, how do we promote our products in India, how can we increase our production in India, our consumption in India, and it's just all about India as a consumer market right now. So I really truly believe that you have just scratched the surface. And on that note, any message to people that how can they be the OG that you've become?
Honestly, just be truthful to yourself. Just look inwards. I think I found my purpose and what I wanted to do when I, looked at what is it from the heart that I wanted to create.
Right.
And for me, that was like, showcasing Parsi food, and then moving on to, other multiple things that I do now. But this is my, maybe just a little quote and something to the younger generation. And that's what my dad used to say, that, if you work a day in your life and you're happy, you actually don't work. You're just enjoying your life and you're doing the things that you love doing. Right. And I hope that everyone can find that little bit of happiness in the work that they're doing, because they'll be able to put in a lot more.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you, Anahita, for sharing your inspiration and words
Thank
of
you
wisdom
so
with
much.
us.
Thank you. Let's open this and eat this.
Yes.
Mom's superfood mix.
Absolutely. We'll open this and we will read your book, and I'll get inspired
Yes,
with some
please
recipes.
cook something from the book.
I will 100% cook something from the book. Love it.